Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is a tutorial on how to use the book تحفة الأشراف بمعرفة الأطراف by al-Hafiz al-Mizzī. The editor of this work is Bashar Awad Ma'ruf and it comprises 13 volumes. The book تحفة الأشراف بمعرفة الأطراف is used when you know the beginning of the text of a hadith and the narrator of that hadith. If only the beginning of the hadith is known and not the Sahabi narrating it, then the index of Tuhfa may be used to find the narrator. The benefit of using Tuhfatul Ashraf is that it helps one to gather all the chains of a hadith found in the Kutub Sitta, the 6 famous hadith collections that go through the same Sahabi. For example, if we know that Umar radiallahu anh narrates إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ, we can find all of the chains of this hadith that go back to Umar in the Kutub Sitta, in the 6 famous hadith collections. Next to every hadith, there are symbols. The letter Ain next to the hadith indicates that this hadith with this particular narrator is found in all 6 hadith collections. So the letter Ain next to hadith means that this hadith with this narrator is found in all 6 hadith collections. The letter Kha next to the hadith means that this hadith with this particular narrator is found in Sahih al-Bukhari. The letter Mim indicates that this hadith with this particular narrator is found in Sahih Muslim. The letter Dal next to the hadith indicates that this hadith along with the narrator is found in Sunan Abi Dawood. The letter Ta means that it is found in the Sunan of at-Tirmidhi. The letter Tami means it is found in the Shama'il of Tirmidhi. The letter Sin next to the hadith means that this hadith with this narrator is found in the Sunan of al-Nasa'i, and the letter Qaf indicates that this hadith with this narrator is found in the Sunan of Ibn Majah. If we wanted to find the hadith إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ, which is narrated by Umar radiallahu anh, we will go up here and we will look for the name Umar. All of the names here given are the names of the companions who narrate a hadith. So we are looking for the ahadith that are narrated by Umar because they will fall under the section of Umar. So we will look for the name Umar, which will come in volume number 7. We will go to the end of this volume and we will look for the name Umar bin al-Khattab al-Adawi. This is the companion that we are looking for. The names that have no dots next to them, these are the companions who narrate a hadith. The names that have a dot next to them, these are the students of the companion. So for example, Umar radiallahu anh, he narrates 305 hadith. The name under him, Ibrahim bin Abdurrahman bin Auf, this is the student of Umar radiallahu anh. He narrates 2 ahadith from Umar radiallahu anh in the Kutub Sitta. The name Ibrahim bin Yazid al-Nakhi, this is another name of a student of Umar radiallahu anh, but he also narrates only 1 hadith from Umar radiallahu anh. For our narration, we are looking for the person who narrates from Umar radiallahu anh the hadith إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ. So we would have to know the one who narrates from Umar radiallahu anh. In this particular situation, we are looking for the name Alqamah. He is the one who narrates إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ from Umar. So we will scroll down and we will look for the name Alqamah. As you see here, there are these names here, they have 2 dots next to them. These are the people who narrate from the students of Umar radiallahu anh. So Abdullah bin Abbas al-Hashimi, he narrates 23 hadith from Umar radiallahu anh. The people underneath him who have 2 dots, these are the people who narrate hadith from Abdullah bin Abbas al-Hashimi. Rafi' Abu al-Aliya, he narrates 1 hadith from Abdullah bin Abbas. Sa'id bin Jubair, he narrates 4 hadith from Abdullah bin Abbas, who narrates from Umar radiallahu anh. So we will skip this section. We are looking for only 1 dot next to the name Alqamah. Alqamah. There are 2 Alqamahs. In our narration, the Alqamah we are looking for is Alqamah bin Waqqas. So we are looking for the second Alqamah. He narrates 1 hadith from Umar radiallahu anh, and he narrates the hadith that we are looking for. The narration will be found on page number 277. Here we have Alqamah bin Waqqas al-Laythi al-Madani an Umar. In this section we will find all the narrations in which Alqamah bin Waqqas al-Laythi al-Madani narrates from Umar radiallahu anh in the Kutub Sitta. The very first hadith, this is the hadith that we are looking for. إنما الأعمال بالنية. There is an ayn next to this hadith. The symbol ayn indicates that this narration is found in all the 6 hadith collections, and in all 6 hadith collections the narrator in the hadith Alqamah bin Waqqas is narrating from Umar radiallahu anh. Okay, as we come down here, we see there are the symbols. Kha, this is referring to Sahih al-Bukhari. Mim, this is referring to Sahih Muslim. We have Dal here, this is Sunan Abi Dawood. Ta, Sunan at-Tirmidhi. Sin, Sunan al-Nasa'i. Qaf, Sunan ibn Majah. These are the chains in Sahih al-Bukhari that go back to Alqamah bin Waqqas al-Laythi from Umar radiallahu anh, who narrates from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam this narration. So Imam al-Bukhari fil Iman, in the chapter of Iman, he narrates from Qa'nabi. So Qa'nabi is a teacher of al-Bukhari. Imam al-Bukhari narrates from al-Qa'nabi. وفي النكاح, and in the chapter of Nikah, عن يحيى بن قزعة. Imam al-Bukhari narrates from Yahya bin Qaz'a. So this is another of his teachers whom he narrates this hadith from. كلاهما عن مالك. So both of the teachers of Imam al-Bukhari, al-Qa'nabi and Yahya bin Qaz'a, they both narrate this hadith from Malik. وفي الهجرة عن مسدد. Imam al-Bukhari narrates in the chapter of Hijrah from Musaddad. وفي ترك الحيل, and in the chapter ترك الحيل, Imam al-Bukhari narrates عن أبي النعمان from Abu al-Nu'man. كلاهما عن حماد بن زيد. Both of the teachers of Imam al-Bukhari that are mentioned, Musaddad and Abu Nu'man, كلاهما, both of them narrate from Hamad bin Zayd. وفي بدء الوحي, Imam al-Bukhari narrates this hadith in the chapter of Badul Wahi عن الحميدي, from his teacher al-Humaydi, who narrates عن Sufyan bin Uyayna, who narrates from Sufyan bin Uyayna. وفي العتق, in the chapter of Itq, Imam al-Bukhari narrates this hadith from Muhammad bin Kathir, who narrates from Sufyan al-Thawri. And in the chapter of Nuzur عن Qutaybah, Imam al-Bukhari narrates from Qutaybah, who narrates from Abdul Wahhab al-Thaqafi. So as we see here, Imam al-Bukhari brings this same narration quite a number of times throughout his Sahih, with multiple narrations, with multiple chains. Mim, this stands for Sahih Muslim. Imam Muslim, he narrates this hadith في الجهاد, in the chapter of Jihad, عن القعنبي, who narrates from Malik. So Imam Muslim narrates from Qa'nabi, who is his teacher, who narrates from Malik. The name Qa'nabi has come in al-Bukhari, Sahih al-Bukhari. So as we can see here, Imam al-Bukhari narrates from Qa'nabi, Imam Muslim also narrates from Qa'nabi. And both of them narrate from Malik. So Qa'nabi from Malik. Imam Muslim also narrates in the same chapter عن Muhammad bin Rumh, who narrates from al-Layth bin Sa'd. So in the same chapter, fil Jihad, Imam Muslim narrates the same hadith from another chain, which is from Muhammad bin Rumh, who narrates from al-Layth bin Sa'd. And in the same chapter, عن أبي الربيع الزهراني, who narrates from an Hammad bin Zayd. So Imam Muslim in the same chapter, in the chapter of Jihad, he narrates from Abu Rabi' al-Zahrani, who narrates from Hammad bin Zayd. And in the same chapter, عن محمد بن المثنى عن عبد الوهاب الثقفي. Imam Muslim narrates in the same chapter from Muhammad bin al-Muthanna, who narrates from Abdul Wahhab al-Thaqafi. In the same chapter, Imam Muslim narrates from Ishaq bin Ibrahim al-Hanzali, who narrates from Abu Khalid al-Ahmar. And in the same chapter, Imam Muslim narrates from Muhammad bin Abdullah bin Numayr, who narrates from Hafs bin Ghiyath wa Yazid bin Harun. So Imam Muslim narrates from Muhammad bin Abdullah bin Numayr, who narrates from two people. So there are two chains from Muhammad bin Abdullah, one through Hafs bin Ghiyath and the other through Yazid bin Harun. And in the same chapter, عن أبي كريب, Imam Muslim narrates from Abu Kurayb, who narrates from Ibn al-Mubarak. And in the same chapter, Imam Muslim narrates عن ابن أبي عمر, who narrates from Sufyan bin Uyayna. عشرتهم عن يحيى بن سعيد الأنصاري عن محمد بن إبراهيم التيمي عنه به. All of them narrate from Yahya bin Sa'id al-Ansari, who narrates from Muhammad bin Ibrahim al-Taymi, who narrates from Alqama bin Waqqas, who narrates from Umar bin al-Khattab, the narration إنما الأعمال بالنية. Okay. So when it says عشرتهم عن يحيى بن سعيد الأنصاري عن محمد بن إبراهيم التيمي, from Alqama bin Waqqas, from Umar radiallahu anh, this means that where it says عن القعنبي وعن يحيى بن قزعة كلاهما عن مالك, so from Malik the chain goes from Qa'nabi to Malik to Yahya to Muhammad to Alqama to Umar radiallahu anh. Similarly, the chain mentioned here from Yahya bin Qaza'a, it goes from Yahya bin Qaza'a to Malik to Yahya bin Sa'id to Muhammad bin Ibrahim to Alqama to Umar radiallahu anh, the rest of the hadith. In Sahih Muslim, when Imam Muslim rahimahullah, he says that he narrates this hadith in the chapter of Jihad from Qa'nabi, who narrates from Malik. So it'll be Imam Muslim from Qa'nabi, from Malik, from Yahya bin Sa'id, from Muhammad bin Ibrahim, from Alqama, from Umar, the hadith. When Imam Muslim rahimahullah says وعن محمد بن رمح عن الليث بن سعد, this means that another chain for the same hadith is Imam Muslim from Muhammad bin Rumh, from al-Layth bin Sa'd, from Yahya bin Sa'id, from Muhammad bin Ibrahim, from Alqama, from Umar. Okay, let's take a look at Sunan Abi Dawood. Imam Abu Dawood rahimahullah, he narrates the hadith that we are looking at in the Al-Amal bin-Niyyah, in the chapter of Talaq, from Muhammad bin Kathir bihi. So Imam Abu Dawood rahimahullah, he narrates from Muhammad bin Kathir. Okay, so this Muhammad bin Kathir, When it says bihi, it refers to the narration that precedes it. So we will look and see. Okay, so yes, we have here Muhammad bin Kathir. So the narrator Muhammad bin Kathir has already come in a previous chain. So when it says bihi, right here, when it says Abu Dawood fi al-Talaq an Muhammad bin Kathir bihi, the bihi is going back to an Muhammad bin Kathir an Sufyan al-Thawri. So the way that we will read this chain is, we will say Abu Dawood rahimahullah, he narrates this hadith that we are looking at from Muhammad bin Kathir from Sufyan al-Thawri, who narrates from Yahya bin Sa'id, from Muhammad bin Ibrahim, from Alqama, from Umar radiallahu anhu. The reason why al-Mizzī, the author of this work, does not write out the chain is because the chain has already come previously. Muhammad bin Kathir from Sufyan al-Thawri, and then it goes to Yahya bin Sa'id, to Muhammad bin Ibrahim, to Alqama, to Umar. So this is a way to save space. Imam at-Tirmidhi rahimahullah, in his Sunan, he includes this narration. It says fil hudud bal fil jihad. So it's not in the chapter hudud, it's actually in the chapter of jihad. Imam at-Tirmidhi narrates this hadith from Muhammad bin Muthanna bihi. So now we have to go back and see, where does the name Muhammad bin Muthanna come? Does it come in a prior chain? Yes, it does here. Imam Muslim rahimahullah, in his Sahih, he narrates from Muhammad bin al-Muthanna from Abdul Wahhab al-Thaqafi. Okay, so we will connect this chain back to Muhammad bin al-Muthanna, to the chain mentioned up here. So Imam at-Tirmidhi, he narrates in the chapter of jihad from Muhammad bin al-Muthanna, who narrates from Abdul Wahhab al-Thaqafi, who narrates from Yahya bin Sa'id, from Muhammad bin Ibrahim, from Alqamah, from Umar radiallahu anhu. Okay, we also have a comment from at-Tirmidhi. وَقَالَ التِّرْمِذِي حَسَنٌ صَحِيحٌ. He grades his hadith as being حَسَنٌ صَحِيح لَا نَعْرِفُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ حَدِيثِ يَحْيَى بَنِي سَعِيد. Imam at-Tirmidhi says that this hadith is not known except through Yahya bin Sa'id, meaning all the chains for this hadith go through Yahya bin Sa'id to Muhammad bin Ibrahim, to Alqamah, to Umar radiallahu anhu. Imam al-Nasa'i, Sin stands for Sunan al-Nasa'i. Imam al-Nasa'i includes this hadith في الأيمان والنذور, the chapter of Ayman والنذور, عن إسحاق بن إبراهيم. So Imam al-Nasa'i narrates this hadith from Ishaq bin Ibrahim, who narrates bihi. So we have to go back and check to find Ishaq bin Ibrahim. Here he is, Ishaq bin Ibrahim al-Hanzali. He's found in Sahih Muslim. He narrates this hadith. Imam Muslim narrates from Ishaq bin Ibrahim, who narrates from Abu Khalid al-Ahmar. So we will connect the chain back to the Muslim chain. So Imam al-Nasa'i narrates from Ishaq bin Ibrahim, who narrates from Abu Khalid al-Ahmar, who narrates from Yahya bin Sa'id, from Muhammad bin Ibrahim, from Alqamah, from Umar radiallahu anhu. Okay. So that is how the bihi is working. Let us look up the narration. بُنِيَ الْإِسْلَامُ عَلَى خَمْسٍ. Okay, let us imagine that we do not know the narrator of this hadith. So we will go to the very last volume, since we only know the beginning portion of the hadith. And as you will see here, the beginning of the hadith is given here on the right hand side. And in the middle is the narrator of that particular hadith, and on the left is where we can find the hadith in Tuhfat. So we are looking for بُنِيَ الْإِسْلَامُ عَلَى خَمْسٍ. We are looking for the section of Ba, so it will come after the section of Hamza. Okay, need to move a little bit forward. Okay, need to go a little bit back. بني الإسلام على خمس. As you can see here, it says written out. بني الإسلام على خمس is narrated from the companion Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma. As you see here, there are multiple entries for this hadith, and this indicates that this particular hadith seems to be transmitted from more than one person to Ibn Umar radiallahu anh. So the students of Ibn Umar radiallahu anh, there seems to be multiple students that narrate this hadith, the same hadith. We will take the first reference given, volume number 5, page number 66. No, sorry, it's not the page number. This is the entry number 6682. So volume 5, entry number 6682. Okay, this is 6950, so 6682 will be in the beginning. Six six seven nine. Okay. 6682. Here we are. Okay. This whole section is from Abdullah bin Umar. All the narrations in the Kutub Sitta that go back to Abdullah bin Umar. As we see here, this particular hadith, Bunya al-Islamu ala khams, which is found in Ta, this means in Sunnah at-Tirmidhi. This particular narration is through Habib bin Abi Thabit, who narrates from Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu. So let's keep that in mind. So Ta, Sunnah at-Tirmidhi, fil Iman. Imam at-Tirmidhi narrates this hadith, Bunya al-Islamu ala khams, in the chapter of Iman, from Muhammad bin Yahya bin Abi Umar, who narrates from Sufyan ibn Uyayna, who narrates from Su'ayr bin al-Khims, who narrates from Habib bin Abi Thabit, from Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anh, this hadith. وقال حسن صحيح, and Imam at-Tirmidhi, he grades this hadith as being حسن صحيح.